Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all depending on the time we're reaching you guys. Welcome back to our channel. It's so good to have you guys back here again. And thank you once again for your continuous and massive support to this channel. God bless you. Atiku and Obi disagree over coalition against Tinubu. Some Nigerians have been of the opinion that it will be a good one, a good match, if Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate for the People's Democratic Party in the 2023 presidential election, and Peter Obi, who ran on the Labour Party platform as their presidential candidate as well, that if both of them come together, form a coalition against Tinubu. We all know what's going on in the country currently. Where the country is at the moment is not where Tinubu took it from. Buhari, we know Buhari didn't do good at all. But what we are seeing now, it's far from where we used to be. We check exchange rates, we check interest rates. All of these have skyrocketed, and we know that and these are the things that are also affecting the cost of living, the cost of things in the country. Things are so expensive that people are just barely most people are barely surviving, and Nigerians have been crying out aloud. And some raining curses on Tinubu's administration, that see what we are going through. And we know that even in spite of this hardship and everything going on, these politicians, it doesn't get to them. It feels like they live in a different world. But right now, so I know that these guys, they hear all of these comments, the suggestions, and all of the things that Nigerians put forward. Now it looks like it's not going to work at all. Let's not forget that Peter Obi was a former PDP member, so he knows Atiku Abubakar. He knows his party very well. You know, even the reasons he gave when he left the People's Democratic Party, he said that the mandate he has, that and the way he wants to serve Nigerians, that it will not be, it won't work if he remains in that party. I believe he was speaking in parables, but that was how he left the People's Democratic Party. And ever since then, he's been with the Labour Party. Well, we'll bring you all of the details, what's going on at the moment. But before we do, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, click on the like button. And if it's your first time here, you're very, very welcome. Please click on the subscribe button. God bless you. Now into the details of the report. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Labour Party LP chieftain Peter Obi yesterday disagreed on the proposals for a coalition to dislodge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the next general election. Atiku emphasized the importance of synergy among the opposition parties in a bid to wrest power from the ruling party. But Peter Obi said he would not endorse any coalition if the motive is restricted to mere power grabbing. The two opposition politicians spoke on the challenge of civil rule, leadership, and political reforms at the Democracy Conference in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. The theme of the two-day conference is Strengthening Nigeria's Democracy, Pathway to Good Governance and Political Integrity. A keynote address titled Party Politics and Political Integrity, the Role of Political Parties and Opposition in Democracy, was delivered by a historian, Professor Bayo Olukosi. It was the second time the former People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate in the 2023 election and his Labour Party counterpart would differ on how the opposition political parties should collaborate and give the ruling All Progressive Congress APC a fight in 2027. The leader of the new Nigerian People's Party NNPP, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State, had also distanced himself from any proposed mergers and fusion, accusing those behind the move of hypocrisy. At yesterday's conference were other party leaders, scholars, members of civil society groups, diplomats, and top government officials. To Atiku, the only way to dislodge the sitting government is through the coalition of opposition parties united by similarity of ideas and motives. Emphasizing the significance of coalition building, Atiku said, opposition parties must realize that it is extremely difficult to dislodge a governing party, however unpopular it may be, and however fed up the people may be with it. Coalition building and outright measures are critical for building the capacity of the opposition to achieve that goal. Our own history and examples from other countries prove that. However, Obi distanced himself from any proposed coalition, saying, I am not interested in coalition for the purpose of power grabbing. The former Anambra governor noted that past moves to evolve a coalition have been reduced to an exercise for power grabbing. He wondered why political leaders would allow the country to collapse in their desperation for political power. Obi stressed, for me, what is important is about the country. We must talk about the future of Nigeria. We all abandoned the country, and what we all talk about now is power grabbing. I'm not interested in any coalition for the purpose of taking power. It is about discussing Nigeria, how we care about securing Nigeria, about the common people and their education. That is the most important thing in Nigeria for now. The LP chieftain urged Nigerians to get involved in strengthening democracy in their own interest. Obi said, we have seen that whatever happens in democracy affects the citizens. It affects their daily living and the future of their children. So we must all now get involved to make it because we know that it is not working in Nigeria. Frowning at the monetization of politics, he said, that is what we need to remove because what you are doing is that you are encouraging stealing of public money. Because if I steal it and use it to win an election, then I get all the power and everything, including immunity, not to be prosecuted. So we must stop it. In the same vein, Atiku highlighted five critical issues that should be tackled in a bid to strengthen democracy in the country. These include the institutional capacity of parties, normative acceptance by party members, consequences for non-compliance, and judicial reform. He said democracy cannot be sustained without strong political parties, especially opposition, adding that the parties should be strong and democratic enough to fulfill their roles. Atiku said party ownership and their subordination to individual big men is anti-ethical to democracy. He frowned at the current method of party funding, saying it cannot lead to party supremacy. Atiku said, funding by governors and a few wealthy individuals is not a democratic model. As we know, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. Funding must be democratized. Members must invest in and co own parties. In more effective democracies, parties and candidates raise funds from the mass of members and supporters. When people invest in something, they tend to be more engaged with it. So, our people, especially party members, need to be enlightened. The former vice president also called for reform to curb judicial recklessness. We can clearly see why they are disagreeing because both of them they have different views as well as different perspectives. And from comments so far, we can see that Nigerians are aligning with Labour Party, Peter Obi, because he's actually talking about the people and the way he's seeing it, that it's power grabbing these people are looking for. See all the things that Atiku talked about, people are spending money. We know his own history, how his political journey has been. He's one of the politicians who has contested in most of the presidential elections in the country. And we know how Nigerians perceive Atiku Abubakar. Well, we'll see how all of this plays out. Nigerians believe that even if Obi emerges as a presidential candidate in a coalition, the North will not support him because he cannot be trusted to govern for a term. You know, the North, they feel like even if they support him, they would want to switch things over immediately. And they know Peter Obi will not agree to that. Well, guys, leave us your own take, what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you once again for staying tuned. And please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again on more updates. Bye for now.